So welcome to tonight. I'm Betsey Bishop, and I'm with the Star Thrower team. And I want to introduce Terri O'Neill with Team Sparkle and Jaclyn Strominger with Sparkle Sensations. And we three teams are connected because we were all originally star throwers. That was the genesis of all of this long ago. We also have some Sparkle sisters with us from Lindsay Kavanaugh's organization as well. So we have a fun lineup. How many of you were on the 7 o'clock TCS family call? A lot of you, that's great. And so we're keeping this call quite different actually, and a little more fast paced. So we're calling this our Fabulous Four. Thank you to Terri O'Neill for the fantastic guiding efforts in creating the themes for this call, the Fabulous Four. And so tonight we're going to be celebrating people who have 4 parties booked for February, and we're going to be giving 4 tips for a lot of the different pieces and parts of the business that we want to run in the month of February. So the first thing that we want to do, though, just to kick it off, is that Terri, Jaclyn, and I are each going to give you our top tip that we've been thinking about for our business. Just a tiny little point that we wanted to share randomly that's been kind of on our hearts or on our minds or on our to-do lists. So I guess I get to go first, don't I? I'll go first. And my top tip, I actually changed it, Terri, from when we were talking earlier today. My top tip actually has to do with, booking of all these parties. We talked about the goal today was to have 4 parties booked for February. But honestly, what precedes parties is passion. There's got to be a passion of some kind that propels you to book those parties. And the passion could be, I want to take my family on a cruise. Or the passion might be, I need to pay for the furnace that just broke. That's a passion too. You're passionate about heat, correct? Yeah, I know Jaclyn's like, yes, I know about that passion. But either way, booking parties starts with a passion. You've got to decide, what is my passion for February? What's my reason? What's my purpose in booking these parties in the first place? Patricia, if you need a password, it's 2020. Just see if that helps her.
We gave her that and it's not letting her in. So she was asking for a meeting ID to see if that helped.
Should be 605-475-4800.
Oh boy. 605-475-4800. 4800.
Yeah, try that.
And I
or the link that Terri just posted also, that one also works. So that was my top tip. You got to have a purpose, ladies. Otherwise, booking the parties is just it's not going to come from your soul. It's not going to come from excitement. So that's mine. Okay. Next up is Jaclyn.
Okay. Hey, everybody. So my tip about my business, actually, that I need to share is don't give up. You cannot give up. And we fail forward. So this takes a little bit of persistence. It takes grit, but don't give up, because it will happen. And do everything when you stand up or when you're making those calls, smile, because it goes through the phone. I guess that was 2.
Those are good. All right, Terri.
All right. And I love that one too, Jaclyn. Don't give up, because I think everybody gets frustrated at some point.
Sure.
And I remember one time telling Betsey, sometimes I feel like I want to quit at least once a week. She goes, that's totally normal. Me too. So it's normal. And my tip is focus on the party count. Focus on the party count.
Sorry, Terri, I muted you. Sorry. Unmute real fast.
I was like, maybe I said something I shouldn't have. Focus on the party count, not the sales. So if the sole focus is party count, party count, party count, your sales will come, the incentives will come, you'll find the passion, and you won't want to quit. So sole focus is party count. That's my tip. And with that, I am very excited to be able to introduce Liz Friedman to you guys who don't know her. You all who do know her know that she is our jewelry guru. Liz has been with Touchstone for 6 years, but been in the jewelry industry for a lot longer. Her jewelry is her passion, and she is our go-to person. So on our team page, if there's ever a jewelry question, I tag Liz because she usually knows. So Liz, we've been waiting for this and we're very excited to let you take it away.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you. And I just want to answer, there was a question that somebody popped up that was about party count. So party count, number of parties you have every month. So you want to focus on party count. So you want to have 4, you want to have 6. We'll talk about that later in the call. But I'm here today to talk to you guys about jewelry. And for those of you who were on the 7 o'clock call, I am likely not going to repeat a lot of the things that Barbara said. So this is kind of an add-on to the 7 o'clock call. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm a little nervous. Always nervous. Yeah, no problem. I'm going to share my screen, hopefully. See if we can make it work. Ooh, okay, give me a second. That's my background. From the beginning. All right, can you guys all see that?
Looks great.
Yay. Okay, well, I'm going to jump right in. So we're going to talk about the new collection, kind of sort of from a slightly different perspective. Barbara introduced all the pieces that are new to the collection. I'm going to do a little bit of a deeper dive so that you can kind of understand the jewelry a little bit more. And I'm just going to jump right in. So I'm going to start with a review of crystal effects. Those of you who were here last year, I went through this in great detail, and I think some of you might have seen the presentation that I recorded. But I'm going to go through it again because we have so many new people. So just a little review of the crystal effects. So I'm going to start over here with the foil backed clear. So our clear crystal, okay, it's crystal. Behind it has a foil backing. And like I said last year, you know, I like to think of it like aluminum foil, but it's not aluminum foil, right? It's a foil, and what that is it's a shiny metallic material, so that when light goes in, it reflects back out, okay? So the cut of the crystal is going to affect how that light dances. That foil back there is going to kind of do the shine, right? So the light's going in, it's dancing around, and it's coming back out. And that gives you all the sparkle that you guys are so used to seeing, okay? So now you look at things, this is our garland bracelet. Again, more typical what you see when you think of crystal, this is kind of the look that you're used to seeing. And that is a foil back crystal, but now there's color in the crystal, okay? And they add the color, it's different. Like I think copper is, gosh, I think it's blue, but it's like the different metals and different substances that they add, it changes the composition, the color of the crystal to give you that color that you see. So these are the foil back crystal with color, okay? Colored crystal with foil back. Then what I didn't mention last year, I think I mentioned it, but I didn't have a picture of it, was the opalescent look. So that's going to be like your rose garden crystal. The glazed white ice bracelet is another one that's opalescent. And that's just in the crystal itself. That's a cloudy, you know, they add something to the composition of the crystal that makes it kind of a cloudy look, but it's also got a foil back, right? So the light is still able to get through, and it's still dancing around and coming back out. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about the coating. So now we talked a little bit about the back of the crystal. The AB, Aurora Borealis, so your glamour necklace and your AB ice. Like, Betsey, can you go? The AB coating. Aurora Borealis is a coating that goes on the top of the crystal. So for that big glamour necklace, it's a clear crystal, foil back, right? AB coating on the outside, okay? Now shimmer is a coating also on the outside, and that's with a colored crystal. It may or may not be the exact same coating that they use for the AB. I don't think it is actually, from what I'm hearing from people. The reason I put this up here, the new Morse code, is the crystals that look green in the picture here. This is something called Crystal Paradise Shine, and that is new in this collection, okay? It is a surface coating. I asked home office, the response I got back was it was a clear crystal with a surface coating, not a colored crystal. So I believe that this is a different surface coating. So there's something in the coating itself, different metal, different, some composition is different, some components different. So it's going to give a different look than the AB coat. Okay. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but that's what I got to go on right now. So that's Crystal Paradise Shine. It's in the Morse code pendant. It is a new crystal for us in our collection. Okay, next I'm going to go, this is an older piece, well, a piece from last year. It's come back, the lacquer back. So this is the all around and lacquer back crystal. Barbara did mention that today. She mentioned it when she was talking about one of the other pieces, one of the delight stones. Lacquer back is, instead of foil on the back, this now has like a lacquer coating. And again, the way that I think about it, and again, this is not what it is, but like if you think about like nail polish is like a lacquer, right? So the thing that you can do with lacquer is you can create an infinite number of colors and shades. You're not dependent on the color of the crystal, which is, you know, copper is always going to be blue. You know, it's like there's a finite number of colors you can get from creating the actual crystal. With lacquer back, it's infinite. You can create any kind of color that you want. So these are in fashion colors, and we'll talk about trend in a little bit. Now the Delight Stone, this was last year's, one of the colors from last year, the Lacquer Pro Delight Effect. That is a lacquer back stone with the shimmer coating on the outside. Okay, and that is exactly what Barbara said today on the call, if you guys were listening. So it's lacquer back, shimmer coat on the outside, the light goes in, but it allows that color to be super rich because of that lacquer. And then the shimmer effect is what allows that light to dance around. So it's a different look. And if you look at all your ice bracelets lined up, you'll be able to start telling the difference in the different treatments of the crystals. So I mean, I like to get into that because I like to know what I'm selling, and I just think it's kind of a cool and fun thing. So let's move on to this. I don't want to go deep into it. The 3 new colors that are introduced in this collection. These are the new Delight colors. Barbara went into great detail on these. One of the things she didn't say was Swarovski rolled this out as part of the Love All collection that Swarovski rolled out actually for winter 2021. And it was meant to explore crystal and emotions, unfolding the passion of creativity. So thought that was kind of cool. And then the representative pieces, again, all the 3 new Lulus, and then some of the new pieces that Barbara talked about. Okay, so I'm going to go kind of quick here. Swarovski Innovation 2, probably not going to read all of this. The Mystic Square Fancy Stone, which she mentioned today as well. It's one of the brand new pieces from Swarovski, and it was part of their Time to Shine, Celebrate Crystal in All of Its Facets collection. And it talks about basically, you know, they always have to have, it's kind of like when you go to an art museum, there's always these deep descriptions of things, right? They do these deep descriptions of the stones. But, you know, it's the concept of, you know, tale from the past, married with modern, creating this mesmerizing mystic fancy stone. An altered state created with an unparalleled level of sophistication, global and local, past and present, tribal and future, etc. Mashup of styles and viewpoints. And that is our ring, our new mystic ring, using the Mystic Fancy Stone. So I think that's kind of cool. Okay, moving ahead. The third innovation, which you saw, may not have realized it was an innovation. It is brand new to Swarovski, was their, they call it the Cabochon Pave Flatback. So it's basically, if you can see this picture over here, it's like a slice of what the birthstone necklaces were, you know, the old, the round stones. I don't know if you guys can see me too, but I'm holding up the birthstone necklaces and the little birthstone earrings, right? So they're just like basically exactly the same, but a small piece. Pave crystal encrusted, made with cerulean, which is like a clay, and the crystals are hand set into the clay, which is really cool. So, and of course, our representative pieces are all of our birthstone earrings. Okay. All right, I'm going to move on because I know time is of the essence here. Really quickly, Pantone Color of the Year. I talk about this every year. For 2021, they came out with 2 different colors. It's kind of interesting, the contrast, right? The sunshine and the gray. So I know it's just fascinating to me. So the Color of the Year 2021, Illuminating and Ultimate Gray. So just very yin yang. And I wanted to point that out just because if you look at like our Summer Delight ice bracelet, even though these are not brand new in the collection, we've got the color in there and also in the all around set. And then what I thought was interesting was if you look at the gray, they brought back the gray Chanel, which I thought was really interesting because I had to go to my jewelry box and be like, oh, cool, it's back in the book, bring it back out. So that kind of matches the ultimate gray. We've got our wrap star, and one of the new pieces, the Orbits pendant, also has the gray tone. Now, to make it even more interesting, there's a giant collection. Pantone doesn't just have the Color of the Year, they do trends. And this was the trend palette for the most recent London fashion show. And I just wanted to pull that to just show you guys. So most of these, we have something in our collection that is matching the colors, right? The ones that you see that I didn't put something over, this light yellow, this light orange, this light purple, look at this over here. We've got our Summer Delight ice bracelet. It pretty much goes with all 3. So I thought that was really cool. Our wrap stars, right on trend. If you look at our all around necklace, it again pulls basically all the colors from the trend for 2021. So I thought that was just really interesting that this was most recent London fashion show colors, and we're right on trend as always. Okay, moving ahead, versatility. And talk a little bit about versatility of the piece. I'm going to go as fast as I can. So we've got this new piece, which I don't actually have yet. I don't think it was available to be had. We also have 3 other pieces in our collection that have removable and exchangeable stones. Okay. So now they talk about, well, we've got this piece, it's got 5 crystals, you can, mix and match or whatever, wear 1, wear 3, wear 5. You can also mix and match among all of these. Now, I did not have this to play with. I just played with these 3, but I'm just gonna give you a little aha here. Here are some necklaces that you can make just with the other 3 that I have, right? So you can, and this is using 5 and I actually threw 7 on over here. You can use 3, you can use 5, you can use 7, but with these pieces, it gives you more things to play with. And I think that necklace and this necklace together could make some really fun combinations. I want to show you that. Versatility, we've got our square 1 necklace, which she did talk about. The Orbits pendant, I just wanted to show you all 4 combinations here because this crystal has black and white, this crystal is white and gray, and they spin. So you can basically have 4 different looks with this Orbits pendant. Plus this is on a slider bead, so it can go long and it can go short. So there's a lot of versatility built into this one necklace. Okay. Right, moving on, jacket earrings. Another interesting thing, so this is the new pair in the Little Black Dress collection. I threw this up here, even though this is not new, because any stud and any jacket is technically interchangeable, right? So you can have that little square behind your ear, and instead of putting the little corner here, you could use this stud and put the stud here, right? And have the little corner come down. So just think about, I always say play with your jewelry. Think about the different things that you can mix and match and change. And when you're working with your customers, to give them, a little bit of versatility as well, and show them how many different ways they can wear something, which makes it more useful and the cost per wear goes down. Does that make any sense? Okay, moving on. Opening night. So these guys, they're on a little slider thing here. I've seen people wearing them like this, and you can also slide it around to the other side and wear them kind of like kites. Okay. New sliders, we got a bazillion sliders. These are the slider bead that we talk about, wear long, wear short. A couple of these are the ones that are just on the tiny little bead. So they're short necklaces. I think the Morse code and the Animal Attraction are shorter necklaces. The other ones are all long pendants. And then of course, this one has the, it looks like it fell off my slide. This one also has the back that has crystals on it as well. On trend, personalization is still a huge trend, mixing and matching and wearing different pieces together. We have that little sea star, we have the little tag, the infinity necklace from Little Black Dress. They're all beautiful, delicate new pieces that can be mixed and matched and worn together. We talked about the new ice bracelet colors. There are 40 total colors for spring. 40. Crazy. Crazy. Okay. And on the small, she mentioned she has one new, the Laguna is now available in small. And now we have 7 total small ice bracelets for spring. The wraps. We have one new color, this golden blush. And we've got 19 total colors. And yes, I have them all. 19 total colors for spring. Lulu's, we mentioned 6 new earrings or 6 new colors, and there's a total of 18 colors in the spring collection. And then my last slide, the Little Black Dress collection is expanded significantly. It's usually just a couple pages, and we've actually got 8 pages of LBD in this collection. And that is all. I'm going to stop the share. I tried to keep it super fast. So what questions do you guys have? And I didn't have a chance to look at the chat. So if there's questions in the chat, somebody's going to have to.
Liz, your slides are awesome. How can we get them?
Thanks. I don't have any descriptive stuff with them, but I can certainly, I can save them as a PDF. Actually, I think I saved them as a PDF and I can send them out. Yeah, I'm sorry I went super fast, guys. I know we have a limited time and I could literally talk for hours about this stuff, and I was trying really hard to stay on the agenda.
You did awesome.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you.
All right, let me see.
Oh,
Let me just see if
I guess I can ask, I have a question about the Pantone, but I can ask you later if there's no time.
No, there's time. Hang on one second.
Oh, okay.
I just want to look at, there's a million questions here. So somebody had a question about LBD. How many new LBD items are new? I would have to count. I don't have that number off the top of my head. I know the anklets are new. I would say there's a bunch, quite a bunch of new. Let me get back to you on that because it will take me time to actually count. Let's see.
I love the fact that you pointed out the whole versatility of those earrings, because I did get those new gold ones and I do have those other gold ones. And so now it has me thinking about what other pieces can be switched out, because I'm always talking about versatility in my presentation. So appreciate that.
Cool. Sorry, I'm counting. So ask more questions.
I think there's 10. I think I just looked and counted quickly.
Okay.
There should be 10, but I could have missed some.
I got 8, so I think I missed some. So I'll have to go back and look again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
How many Chanels do we have these days? I'm confused. I colored.
Yeah, 8.
There should be a new Chanel list out, isn't
Yeah,
there?
there will be a new list out soon.
Yeah.
And they're doing us one of the Lulus, I think, as well. They're going to have a whole bunch of things like that that we can look at. Let's see. Yeah, I counted 8 as well, Raina. Thank you. Yeah, 63 new items. That's correct.
Yeah.
All right. What other questions here? I'm trying to. It's possible to have a billion parties. Hey, yes, if you can do a billion parties, you can do a billion parties. Copies of the slides, yes. Anything? Is there anything? I'm just trying to make sure I got all the questions, guys. Did you guys see anything that I missed?
I don't see any others, but lots of great comments.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Cool. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to message me privately. I'm happy to
Okay,
answer.
I'll message you.
Yes. Oh, sorry, Heather, you asked. I'm sorry. What was your question on Pantone? I'm sorry. You're muted. Wait. Betsy, can you unmute Heather?
No, I can't. She has to, there you go.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm just intrigued with the Pantone because my daughter studied fashion at FSU and she had to study that. So is that something like your customers know about? Like, would you incorporate that into certain groups or no, not really? It's just for us.
It depends. It just depends. If you have a
Okay.
very fashion forward group or whatever, you want to talk about how we're on trend. Here's the Pantone color of the year, and here's our pieces that correspond to you can.
Okay. No.
It's just information that you guys can use however you want to use it.
Okay, thank you.
It might be a very a fun Facebook or VIP group post/question.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool. Yes, totally.
And I find that they like to learn things. They like to figure out something new. They like to walk away with more information than they came with. So I love the sharing of the Pantone colors. I think a lot of people have heard of it. I hadn't before this, but I think a lot more people than we realize have heard of it. All right, Liz, that was amazing. Thank you, Liz. So thank you for sharing your slides too. I have tons of notes. Every time she does this, I'm like, oh, how am I going to remember all this? So it's so good. So Liz, we really appreciate it.
No problem. Sorry, I was speeding so fast.
We could really do a whole hour just with you doing this.
We could.
Yeah.
We totally could.
But I'm excited, ladies, because
Really
we get to do our first drawing. So we challenged everybody. We've been really focusing on this Fab 4. And the reason we're doing this is when you get 4 parties on your calendar on a regular, consistent basis, what happens is you're able to reach the incentives that you're working toward, whatever your personal goal is. You can book parties so much easier. You take the stress off yourself. It just, everything becomes easier when you've got those 4 parties and you're doing them consistently. It's a party a week. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I know we can all spare that, even though we're kind of crazy busy, but I promise you it makes your business so much easier. So Betsy, I'm going to let you take it away and do our first drawing.
Okay, so we're going to be doing 3 drawings tonight with 2 names in each of the 3 drawings. The winners will get to choose between either the mini sand dollar necklace, ooh, ah, or the mini spot necklace, ooh, ah.
This is Touchstone meeting on it.
You get to choose which one you would like to pick as your prize. So you'll let us know when you are the winner. You can let us know afterwards. The first 2 winners tonight are Dee Feely.
Yay.
Congratulations to Dee. And the second winner tonight is Mihan Trong. Congratulations, Mihan. Way to go.
Yay!
I see you
Thank
there.
you.
You'd be happy about that.
Congratulations.
Okay, back to you, Terri.
All right. So
Yay.
I'm going to let Jaclyn take it away.
Okay, so speaking of parties, right? One of the biggest things that we have going for us is that we have so many different ways that we can actually party. So we can do live parties. If you're in an area, you can have multiple people together, even if it's 25%. One item I wanted to share with you guys is talk to some restaurants and local bars and restaurants. They are really happy to have a few people there. So it's a great place to go to get some people together where I think some people are also feeling a little bit more comfortable gathering. So we can do live parties, we can do events, whether they're virtual or in person. There are places that are doing them. We can do obviously virtual parties. Zoom really, as much as people may Zoom during the day, we get to have the best Zoom parties ever. We have the most fun and we deliver fun. So put in there, this is the best Zoom party ever in your invitation, because it is really. And then we obviously have our VIP group, so where we can actually be able to present and sell and go live in those VIP groups. You can do catalog parties. So there's so many different ways that you can quote unquote party these days and get and generate income in business. So I wanted to segue right though into something that the company has given us a great gift. I also think it's called the Amy app. And if you guys haven't tried it, I do highly, highly recommend it. And I wanted to share just a couple of 4 quick tips on ways that you can use that search function in the Amy app to actually get more bookings. So one of the first, and I'm going to share this, it is actually the birthday. You know, you can easily go into the Amy app and search who has a birthday this month. And the Amy app will also queue in your customers. It will queue you who has a birthday coming up. And you can actually just reach out to them and just say, you know, birthday bling, give yourself a gift, right? Or time for a birthday bling bash. So look at your Amy app for those birthdays, because that I'm just going to be sharing. I just last month, what month were you in now? February. So January, reached out to an old customer. Her birthday was coming up, birthday bling bash, and actually she's now training. She's going to become a consultant. So double bonus. So the other tip is, when you're also thinking, is those sale items that the company has just given to us, they're amazing. So you can take a look at what the company has for sales and look at the colors, whether it's blush, whether it's blue, and do a search on product on past customers and say, you could, so let's say Terry has purchased a blush wrap. Hey, Terry, we've got a great blush item on sale that will go amazing with your wrap. Can I send you the link? So great way to, and then if she says, yeah, even better, we have double hostess points. You can even create that wish list that Amy was talking about in the call before about some of those items, and just send it to some of those customers. So tip number 2 is your past customers. Your Amy app allows you to really go back in and look at who your past customers are based on timing. So if you've had people that had parties in the summer, that summer spring jewelry is coming out. If you're brand new, obviously you may not have a customer that is old, but think of people that you know that like that summer sparkle, and use your Amy app to find those past customers and past hostesses as well for the summer. And speaking of past hostesses, it is a really perfect way to use this to look for your past hostesses, both from last February and anybody who ever took advantage of the double host dollars. So this app will let you do that. So try to use the tool. If you have questions, there's a great, the family page has great information. There's lots of training on the Amy app as well. So those are my few quick tips.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Jaclyn. I get to introduce Catherine. There she is. Catherine, if you can unmute for a second. Catherine Mellowson is on my team, and she's always tops in sales. And so I asked her if she would share, and I say tops in sales, she gets her sales from her parties. So Catherine, can you just give us a little bit of background of how you felt at the beginning of January? Because I think a lot of people can relate to that then, and maybe even now, if anybody's feeling like this.
Sure. I had to call Terri because I was really depressed. I had one party at the beginning of January, and I thought, that's it, my business is over. I'm not going to be able to do this anymore. And so I just started to reach out. And the first thing I did was I went on Facebook and I looked at all of my friends who had January birthdays, and I reached out to them and I sent them a message. And I got 2 yeses, and I was shocked, honestly, because it doesn't work every month, ladies, but you have to keep doing it every month, because some months will be better than others. So it's something you just have to keep plugging away at. So there was 2 more parties. And then I started doing follow-ups through the Amy app. And you know, the follow-up is something to the extent of, you know, it's Catherine, your Touchstone Crystal gal. I see you got your sparkle mail. You know, how, you know, do you love it? I'd love to hear from you. And then one person got back to me and she said, I do, I love it. Thank you so much. And I said, well, what do you think about trying to earn some free stuff with a virtual party? And she said, yes, let's do it. And I was like, yay, because that doesn't always happen. But if you don't reach out, it won't happen. So that was another party. And then I do parties. I mean, I do the purse game at my parties. I use these little purses right here. And what I do is when people get on, I have them text me their name and a number between 1 and 12. And all of my purses have a number written on them on the front. So once I'm ready to do the purse game, it's like the envelope game or the box game that most of you do. Basically, I offer them a pass, a play, or an upgrade. If they're absolutely not interested, they don't want to have a party, that's fine, they can pass. If they want to play, then I tell them, well, you gave me number 10. So I'm going to open the purse that says number 10 on it, and it's either going to have a crystal, one of the little Swarovski crystals inside, which you will win regardless, or it'll have a crystal and it will say you win a virtual happy hour. And so they have that option to play, but then there's an option to upgrade. And if they tell me, I don't need to play the game, I want to have a party, then I will say, we'll stay on at the end of the Zoom, I'll get your date, and when you have your party, I will give you any stretch bracelet of your choice for booking a party with me. So I actually get more people that upgrade than play. If they're interested in having a party, that's usually the hook to get them in. So I booked a couple more parties from the parties that I had booked, and then I had a full calendar. I ended up with my own party, I ended up with 6 parties in January and started with just 1. And by the way, that original party ended up canceling. So the other parties were my saving grace. And then the other, if I had to add a tip to it, it's staying connected to the team and my upline. Terry's fabulous. Whenever I'm feeling blue, I get on the phone with her and she talks me out of it every single time, like clockwork. So if I ever do want to quit, I'm not getting on the phone with Terry. She's not going to let me.
Not gonna let her.
So, so that's it for me. I hope that was quick enough, Terry. I know you got other people to talk to, so.
No, that was awesome. Thank you. Those are really good tips. So birthday bling bashes, follow up with the Amy app, the purse game, and stay connected. So, and it took her calendar from 1 to 6 tops in sales still. So congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now we get to invite Raina on here to talk about sponsoring. Yay.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. So I have some 4 tips for you guys on sponsoring. So the first one is, and you're all going to hate me, but you have to do it. You have to ask everyone. You cannot just decide who you want to ask because you never know who wants this. So always ask everyone, every single person. You guys hear me? Every single person. Even if you think that they look like, oh, they look like they're just too busy, or they look like they're very well off, so they don't need the money. But you know what? Maybe they need girl time. So never, that brings me to point 2. Don't assume and decide for them that this business is not for them. You want them to decide for themselves if this business is for them, because you know why you joined, your why. Okay, it may be the money, it may be girl time, and maybe you just love the sparkle. Maybe you wanted the discount. It doesn't matter. You don't know what their why is, so never decide for someone that the business isn't for them. So for example, I did a vendor event in a salon yesterday, and I came across a lady that looked like she was probably homeless, okay? But she loved the jewelry. She loved the Bright Future ring. She's like, $99, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get the money to get that ring. And I said, well, you know, if you're looking for some extra money, we have a kit for $99 that you can get. And so like she didn't have the money right then and there, but she was so excited. I got her contact information, gonna stay in touch with her because you know what? She can have a business for $99 or she can have a ring for $99. So don't ever judge anyone just by the way they look or what they say. Point number 3, keep a list. You want to keep a list somewhere that you see visually every day of all the people that you have come across that have given you the, you know what, I'm not sure, maybe. Okay, because it's either a no, a maybe, or just not right now. Okay, so, or it's a yes. Maybe say, yes, I want to do this. I can't wait. Sign me up this minute. So keep a list of everybody that you come in contact with, or people that you think, you know what, because when you first join the business, you think, who would I want to do this business with? Who are my girlfriends that I want to work with in this business? So keep a list of people that you might want to add to your team, whether they know or not that you want them to be part of your team, people that you want to work with. Or maybe you came in somebody at one of your parties and you're like, oh, this girl, Lynn, she has to sell this. She is amazing. She loves it. She's energetic. She's outgoing. Write them down on your list and then reach out to them. And that leads me to my fourth point is follow up. You have to follow up with people. If you make an appointment to talk to someone on the phone or a Zoom call, whatever it is, make an appointment to talk to somebody. Say, hey, you know what? You'd be great at this. I would love to sit and chat with you. Do you have about 15 minutes this week? Pick a time, pick a date, and then do it. Don't not contact them on that date and time that you said, because then now you're looking like you're maybe sketching. Maybe they won't sign with you because you didn't call them when you said you would. So follow up with your potential consultants and then do what you say you're going to do. Okay, so those are my biggest tips to helping to grow your team. I hope you guys found some useful information out of that.
Rena, that was awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So ask everyone, don't assume, keep a list and follow up. Rena, I don't know your exact numbers, but I do know that you are a rock star. When you started, can you share with everyone how many you sponsored and how quickly you promoted to leader by doing these 4 tips?
Sure. Thanks, Terry, so much. That's really kind. I actually started this business on August 1st during the pandemic. So I've only known this business during COVID. And I love virtual parties because I can do parties. I'm in California, so I can do parties all over. I've done parties in Pennsylvania and Colorado and Arizona, which is awesome. I promoted to group leader my 2nd month in the business, so during my glam plan. And I currently have 13 ladies on my 1st and 2nd level combined. And I love it. And you know what? And I didn't ever judge anybody on the opportunity. And just last month, I added 2 new people to my chart. My chart's right here on my left here. I added 2 new names to my list of potential people who I'd like to add to my business.
That's awesome. Really great tips. Thank you, Rena.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Betsey, I'm going to let you take it over.
Okay. Thank you. All right. I'm unmuted. Just double checking. All right. It's time for another drawing. Let's pick 2 more names for either your choice of the mini sand dollar or the mini spot necklace. And our next 2 winners are Shanna Campbell. Congratulations. And Carrie Adams. Congratulations to both of you. Very excited. All your hard work is already starting to pay off. So what I'm going to do is dive in and talk about our 3rd income stream, and it has to do with utilizing our VIP group in a really efficient and powerful way. We were going to have, let's see if she hopped on yet. Nope. So Jody Terri did a wonderful training call on the Star Thrower team last Monday. Maybe we can find a way to have her do this for everybody. And she has been selling consistently over $5,000 a month strictly from her VIP page. So this is another way of driving an awful lot of sales into your pipeline. So all of a sudden she ran into a snag in her schedule tonight. So she texted to me her 4 top concepts that she wanted to share with you tonight regarding the VIP page. So the first one is to continue to invite others to the page. Run a little incentive for your VIPs to invite others. So in other words, one of the key goals is to keep it growing, keep it expanding. Don't allow it to become a stagnant pool of people. So no matter how many you've got, you always need to have a fresh inflow. It might be that you do a little incentive, and the little incentive could be a $1 sparkle pen. And you can run, there are lots of ways to run it, but the key is influencing them to invite their friends because they're having a good time, because they like the product, or because they really like you. So you can say something like, I'm giving you till tomorrow at noon. Post here the 3 friends that you're inviting to this page to right now, and I'll draw a name from all of these names, and somebody is going to win a sparkle pen. Now you can run it way more specifically than that based on who is actually joining, trying to trace it back to who hopped on and who invited them. Depends on how specific and detailed you want to get, but using a little incentive to get your VIP people, thinking about who else to invite is very useful to get a fresh influx. The second is, and this is the hardest part for me, is to stay engaged. Some of the ways to do that would be using the this or that types of photographs that the company has given us to get them to respond, which one, this or that. And then that way you have a chance of getting to know them a little bit, the things that they like. One thing that Jody said is that she watches to see who likes what, and she tries to keep track of her VIP group, of her VIPers. Now, as I said, she does over $5,000 in business just from this VIP group, but I'm telling you, she has under 220 members in her group. About 160 of them are the ones who buy. Some of them have been not participating at all, but out of that group, about 160 are the ones, that could be the wrong number, but it's somewhere in that range, are the ones who buy. And so she's gotten to know what they like. She's paying attention to the things that they respond to. She said also be sure to do live videos to get them to respond to what you're doing. Show them new pieces in person as you get new things. Just informally get on there and go live and get them to comment and to tell you what they like. And you can run little specials, little, this is on sale with, or 10% off, or I'm giving free shipping on these 3 things that I'm showing you tonight. Things like that. So you can run your own little specials. We don't want you to spend money. We want you to make money. But if you wind up with some extra doubles of pieces of jewelry or something that is maybe even retired, use it as an incentive to grow your team and to get people participating and to order. The third thing, and this is really how she drives her sales, is she hosts mystery host parties where she is giving away all the host awards, but she's not giving them to just one person. She's giving them to multiple people. So she'll say ahead of time, 12 people get to participate in this next mystery host party. I'm giving away all ice bracelets, or I'm giving away $100 increments of jewelry, or 4 people are going to win $150. However she structures it, as soon as she hits $1,000 party, she finishes it up. She distributes all of the free jewelry to the people through, digitally, and they tell her what they want, and she orders it all in and sends it to them once it arrives to her. But immediately she starts the next party. And so that's how she has done multiple parties in the same month within her own VIP group, but it's all driven by a lot of her participation in lives and in posts. The last thing, and I think this is the most important component, is to use some sort of follow-up so that you are staying in contact with people. She uses the Amy app as to keep track of all of her orders and to say thank you afterwards to make sure that everybody likes their jewelry. Because when you're selling $5,000, $6,000, $8,000 in jewelry in a month, that's a lot of customers to keep track of. And the Amy app is really helping her to do that. And so that she's consistently reaching out and reaching back to touch base with each one of the customers. But at the same time, what she's learning to do better is to utilize all these replies on her VIP page as intel. So if somebody responds to something that she has posted or has gone live about, she's going to now reach back to them privately behind the scenes in a private message and see if she can move them a little farther. Maybe they really liked 3 things. Now she's going to say to them privately, well, why don't we just do a party? So she's even learning how to start booking more parties through the contacts that she's getting by just through all the responses that are happening on her posts. To me, that's the most effective use of the VIP page, but she has perfected selling jewelry using her VIP page, using these mystery host parties. She sold almost 70,000. She sold over $70,000 last year. And starting in March, all of that was on her VIP page. So just amazing. But anyway, so those are the 4 things that she wanted to share. So that's Jody Terri in sort of near Erie, Pennsylvania. And with that, I'm going to dive in and go into our final drawing, right, Terri, to get it right? Mm-hmm. Okay, final drawing, drum roll, please. And again, either the mini sand dollar or the mini spot necklace. Congratulations to Katie Rodriguez, is one of our winners. And the other winner is Darlene Means. Congratulations to both of you ladies. So excited. Now, we did say that we have something really fun that we're going to share with you. We've never done this before, and this is Jaclyn, Terry's, and my organizations together. Every month, we will have a challenge for 4 parties in the month. We don't have all the details, but we can tell you what we're doing this month, and it will be the same pattern for next month and the following months. We are going to be hosting VIP happy hours featuring a celebrity guest, a different celebrity guest each month. How do you get invited? How do you get access to this VIP celebrity happy hour? 4 parties on your calendar for the month of February. What? You say, I don't have 4 parties yet. Well, guess what? We're giving you till Friday midnight. So you have until Friday midnight of this week to get your 4 parties up for February, and you will be invited to this month's VIP happy hour. Our special celebrity guest, Terry, can we tell him?
I think so.
All right, because it is confirmed. We don't have a date yet, but it is confirmed. Is Nikki Polachek, who is the head of fun, the chief of cheer, and she is our director of sales, conventions, marketing, glam jam, incentives, and everything else. I don't even know everything. She runs the place. So she's going to be on with us. She's going to tell us the real story behind Touchstone Crystal. She's going to tell us what is it like to pull off glam jam. And she'll tell you about her time working at Disney. So she is a hoot. You do not want to miss this. Seriously, all you have to do is get 4 parties on your calendar and you can be a part of this virtual happy hour. Pick your glass of wine. Yes, she is hilarious, Marisa. And you're not going to want to miss the very first episode of our VIP Sparkle Happy Hour with a celebrity guest. Okay, so Friday night, midnight is your deadline. And Saturday, we want to know what everybody's party calendars, 4 parties up for February, and you'll get the invitation.
Because we like incentives, we thought that maybe those of you who get 4 parties up and join our happy hour, we might have some sparkly non-jewelry incentives for you.
What?
So sparkly non-jewelry incentives for you. That's all we can tell you. But you will be so pleased when you have your 4 parties up. And I get to leave you with a call to action. And if you were on the family call, Kay left everybody with a call to action to get 2 more parties in 48 hours. So we would love for you to type in the chat. If you already have your 4 parties up, just say, I am in. If you are working towards your 4 parties, just put, I'm working toward it. I want to be in because we want you to be in with us for this happy hour. So type in the chat, let us know if you're in already or if you're working toward it so that we can reach out and cheer you on and support you and have your entire team support you. So we'd love to hear from you. Type it in the chat. Your call to action is to book 2 more parties in 48 hours. And if you're working, even if you have your 4, like Catherine said, usually 1 and 4 cancel. So we want to book our calendars full so you can take that call to action no matter where you are. And that is it.
So while they're typing, for those of you who need to go, feel free. We love that you're with us tonight, but while all of you are still, we see all these answers coming in. A couple of you want to share what your biggest takeaway was tonight. Just a quick 10-second, what did you get out of tonight? The first call or the second call? We would love to hear it. You have to unmute and then share with us for 10 seconds.
For me, reaching out to people whose birthday it is to book a bling party.
Great, cute, love it. Because who doesn't love that? Who else? Thanks, Belly.
It's Arlene. I love the passion, remembering, why we're doing this and the purpose, and just remembering the reason, whatever it is, and it can change, right? We all have different seasons. So my season's definitely different in 2021. So thank you.
Got it. Great. Missy Becker, go ahead. You had your hand up.
Mine was the information that Liz gave on the different types of jewelry. I would like a copy of that if Liz can send something. put it up on our page or whatever, because I think that's good to know, because I've had a lot of people ask if stuff's nickel free, which I posted and stuff it is. So I think product, that kind of stuff to me is what I got out of it, that I like knowing. Because a lot of people are allergic to different metals and stuff.
Yep, I've already posted it on Star Throwers, and I will send it to Terri and Jaclyn so they can post on their pages as well.
Or you're
Okay,
welcome
thank
to post it on mine, Liz, if that's easier.
What's that?
You're welcome to post it on mine if that's easier.
Okay, whichever. Thank you, Liz.
Okay, Liz.
Thanks, Liz, for sending it. I can also, yeah, just if you want to send me so I can post it on my page. That'd be
Who else? Go ahead, Heather. Oh, you have to unmute, Heather.
Oh, on the family call, I forgot her name, but she had the black dress on. She was talking about you get the earrings free, like, wording it that way, because she said, but you spent $150, but she's like, she didn't really focus on that. She said, oh, you got the earrings free, or you got the bracelet free. So to me, that's how I am. Like, I want something free, and I'm all about the BOGO. So just wording it that way, I can see that could really increase your sales, and how she paired them together, like with the animal bracelet and the new necklace, and then the earrings. Like, she's saying, oh, you get this whole ensemble, but you got the earrings free.
I love that too. I thought that was terrific. It's the bundling and explaining the bundles. Great. Great. One last one before we head out for tonight. One last aha, big takeaway. You'll have to unmute. All right, ladies. Well, thank you all so much. Terri, thank you. Jaclyn, thank you. Such a pleasure.
Thank you guys for all getting on.
So much ahead of us, and we can't wait to see all of you on the VIP happy hour with Nikki Polacek. Have a great night, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Jaclyn? Jaclyn,
Yes.
can you like send me your email address? I don't seem to have your email address.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll message you right in here.
Okay, well, as long as this doesn't close right away, yes.
I just sent it to you.
Thank you. Got it. Okay, cool. Thank you. Get you
Thank you.
this right now.